Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Welcome to another Sunday session, a SteemSavvy Sunday session. We've got one more person. We're going to promote the panelists. Let's see if she'll join.
Okay. Hang on.
Someone's recording yet, so we're just. What is going on?
I got you. Never mind. It was me. Sorry.
No worries. Okay, we're good. Jeez.
It's a professional show. What are you going to do?
Dude, it's like, we've only been streaming live for like a decade.
I know, right? Well, that was from Facebook. I forgot to mute the tab is all.
It's okay. Hi, guys. Got a full house today. It's exciting.
Yeah, 5 people and a ceiling fan. That's nice.
5 people and a ceiling fan.
Oh.
That sounds like a really good. There we go.
There she is.
There we go.
Sorry.
6 people now.
What can I tell you?
So
Great shot of your fan there, Renee. Just want to say.
yeah, Renee, that was a great fan. The mahogany wood was epic.
Well, there's no dust on it, so that's good.
There you go.
That is
What
possible.
more do you want?
What's going on, Chris? What's happening, man? I got my off-chain and offline friends saying what's up to us on Facebook. So if you guys do want to go to Facebook and check it out, we are streaming live on Facebook and having some fun. So Sunday session, full house. You guys are expecting like glorious news where I'm going to have all this awesome stuff to talk about. No, it's another awesome week on Steam. Amazing stuff has been going on. Just if you're like living in like a bubble, I guess you might not know what's going on, but we got so much happening on Steam, so much happening with SteemSavvy. Big shout out to Jen for being the first featured Savvy Steemian. That's kind of
Is that a real lot? Did you just make that up, John?
No. We're calling it. I think Rich came up with that this week. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think
I like it.
kind of what we went with, right? The Savvy Steemian. The idea is pretty simple. Every single week we're gonna take someone from SteemSavvy, someone in the community, and do a feature on them. So I'm not gonna tell you who's the next one, but they're here.
Oh God.
In the videos. So be on the lookout for that. So the game plan is this. Not only do I do a brief little Q&A with them, I feature them. I feature their account, what they've been doing, a few of their posts, but also I hit them up with 25 Steam Power delegated to them as a bonus. Now that's unconditional. It's basically there until you leave Steam. Like if you just stop posting or whatever, I'll take it back. But generally, it's whatever. And I did the math on it. I will invest in it. It's 25. I think 50 was 2,600 Steam Power or something a year. So it's about 1,300 Steam Power a year that I'll be donating to the community to make sure that everybody that's featured gets a little bonus. It's not just for me to create content. It'll be you guys getting bonuses for taking part in the discussions and taking part in the interview. So Jen was the first one. She got her Steam Power. You did, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you got it, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to make sure.
Appreciate it. Great.
The most confusing thing I've ever done in my life is tell people that I'll give them SBI units for if they comment on my post, and then I start like losing track of if I've given them units or not. And I'm like looking at my wallet and I'm like, did I give them this? Did I give them that? It's so
I
okay.
don't know how you keep track.
Okay, so I got yours set up. Good. Okay, so that'll happen Monday, tomorrow, or Tuesday. I'm not totally sure. When did we do it? I think it was Monday or Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Monday. I don't know. Early in the week. So
Yeah.
be on the lookout. No one has their questions yet, so they don't know who's next. I literally hit Jen up 2 hours before I posted it.
Aren't you lucky?
Yeah, I was
Jen?
just like, oh my God.
Because I'm just so on top of things. What else is going on? So that's going on. Lots of attention on Twitter. The Steam community has come alive with the sounds of music are in the hills, right? The hills are alive with the hills are alive with the sound of music. Is that what it's
If you're gonna quote something, make sure you do it right, John.
I gotta do it
Hills
right.
are alive with the sound of music. Yes.
Yeah, we're not gonna let you slide on that one.
Thank you, Scott. Yes. So, wow. Just if you have been checking out Twitter, go check the hashtag Steam. It's insanity. It's crazy. It's so many amazing people doing amazing things on Steam, sharing the I'm smashing microphones, sharing Steam with their followers, getting active fit, using the app, sharing it, talking about it. A lot of attention is going towards it. There was a huge campaign this past week because Brian Armstrong from Coinbase actually went out and started saying, what new coin would you like to see on Coinbase? Well, all you got to do is just ask that question and watch Steam people just gravitate towards it. So the XRP army is big. I get it. But Steam is something special. So Steam was out there full force, people saying, hey, we want Steam. We got 1.2 million accounts. We're an active blockchain. We're an active community. Entrepreneurs are building their apps on this thing, left, right, and center. We want to be on Coinbase because if Steam gets on Coinbase, it's game over. It is really, it's to the moon. Even though, that being said, I kind of like the price, and this is my segue into Rich to get Rich and Gumby, because he's got his Gumby guy doing this. Me and Rich and Eric too, we went through quite an event last year. It was what we call the Moonshot and Crash 2018. So Steam went to $7 or $8, and it went down to about 20 cents this year. It's now around 50 cents, give or take, right? 48, 49 cents. I don't even know what it's trading at. I don't look at it. But
40.
Rich, what would you like to see? Would you like to see another moonshot, or see how I'm segueing into you to give you to run with it? See that?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. No, I don't want to see another moonshot, because then we have another correction, and then everybody gets all upset, and then everybody starts crying, and no. Slow and steady, work it up, give it that little 15, 20, 30%, little bumps,
right.
And then let it go back down 10% or whatever, but just slowly gaining. And then when we get up closer to $1, maybe take a deep breath, because if it goes nuts, right. Yeah, everybody and their neighbor is going to be jumping back in.
Right. All the people that were so animate about how great Steam was this time last year will start rearing their heads again. Right?
Yep. And then as soon as it takes a hiccup, then, they're all back on, wow, this is crap.
Right.
And it's not worth it. It's not worth that cycle all over again, because it does damage to the community.
Right.
Well, you also want it to go slow and steady, so it shows stability as well. You don't want it to do up the big ups and the big downs, because that's not stable. If it does a slow climb, the longer it takes that slow climb to go, the better, because the more stable the Steam will be.
And there'll be confidence in the market.
Yes.
Right. That's the biggest thing with crypto is what's Bitcoin? $4,000, and then it's 3,200, then it's 20 grand. And it's like it ping pongs everywhere. So it's funny because we're on Facebook right now. It's streaming live, and I was reading a post from Soren. Soren Jorgensen is a guy I've known me and Rich have known him since he got started online.
Since the prehistoric age, yeah.
Yeah, and he did the comment, the FU PayPal post that a lot of us have done this year. So, and he was just like, he mentioned, he's like, crypto is it's the perfect match for affiliate marketing. It's the perfect match for what we're doing in your internet marketing and stuff. But he's like, it's just the stability. It fluctuates too much. No matter what, people will say, oh, it's this coin or that coin. It's all coins, okay? Unless you're Tether, okay? You're going up and down. You're going up and down. So I would love to see stability. That's the biggest thing. I don't care if it stays at 50 cents. Just let it stay at 50 cents for a year. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. If it goes to $1, let it sit at $1 for a year.
Exactly.
If it goes up 10%, 20%, or down 10%, that's fine. But these huge swings kill consumer confidence. And if we want to be seen as something that's accepted across all platforms, well, we got to have some kind of stability. So.
Well, and the institutional investors that everybody keeps you know, every time you turn around, oh, they're coming, they're coming. Well, they're not going to come until there's stability,
Right.
you know, or at least better than what we have right now, because they base their portfolio over long-term growth. You know, they're not in the market to make, you know, like most people to, you know, own a Lambo in 2 days.
No.
And so they don't want to get in on this because they know that the losses could be far greater than any gains. We found that out in 2017, 2018, from 20,000 down to 3 in Bitcoin, $6-7 down to 20 cents in Steam.
Right.
XRP.
$5, right? It was high as 5, right?
Yeah, and then it dropped back down. I managed to get out of most of mine before it hit the bottom, but yeah, then it went, you know. So it's every coin out there. Just pick one. Top 10, bottom 10. I don't care. Pick one.
Right.
You know, and they're all doing this. So yeah, we need stability, and we need some altcoins, especially, to come out with a good foundation. You know, because the altcoins right now are still tethered to Bitcoin, and that needs to change.
Sorry, I'm putting Steam propaganda in everybody's face.
It as long as all the altcoins are based on what Bitcoin does, it's never going to end.
Well, Steam wasn't really attached to the hip the past month. I mean,
No,
Steam was doing really good.
Yeah, Steam has actually done fairly good. Yeah. There's a couple others, but not very many. You know, I mean, it's a small handful that have kind of started that breakaway, you know, and standing on their own. So yeah, it'll be fun to watch. I think that I just read a deal. Some guy on Twitter is guaranteeing that Bitcoin will be $60,000 by winter. You know,
Okay.
And I'm like, no.
You can't guarantee that.
No.
CB, my dust is going to be worth $4 or $5 grand. I can't doubt it.
I don't know. But you know what? There's a lot of good stuff going on, and we need to remember that all this stuff that we're seeing being developed, you know, and even the ones that, well, might be a little iffy right at the moment, you know. Damn you, drug wars.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's a segue. Don't worry. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, that's coming up. I'm sure that's coming up. But, but you know, it's all adding to it. It's all building that foundation. Not everything you know, there's 412 dApps or something on the Steem blockchain.
Right.
I only hear of about 10 of them. Yeah. You know, the other 300 and whatever. Well, you know, they're there, but they're not setting the world on fire. And it takes all of that to make everything work. And we got to realize that some of these are going to shoot to the top and then disappear. And you know what? Steem is still there. The dApps can come and go, but the Steem blockchain is still there, chugging along, doing just fine.
The ignorance is still rampant. I was in, you know, as I do, late night Twitter tweeting, and this guy sends me a note back and starts getting, like, I don't know if he was upset or not, but he was going at me, like, basically telling me that, you know, Steem it is Steem and this and this and this, and he points me to the Wikipedia page, and I'm just like, no, man, it's you know, Steem is the blockchain, Steem is the technology, Steem it is just an app on top of it. Just like if you're going to be watching this on DTube later, DTube is just the front end for the Steem blockchain. It's not, you can interact with DTube without ever having to go to Steem it. You can interact with Particle on your phone without ever having to go through Steem it. So there's still this ignorance is the word I don't want to use, but I have to, towards Steem. They tie Steem it and Steem together at the hip. Now, that being said, Steem it is a major shareholder, like stakeholder, in Steem. And what they do, you know, whoever Mr. Delegation is and Freedom are, those two accounts that have all that Steem power, I don't know who they are, but is it perfect? Is Steem perfect? No, it's not. There's issues, yes. That's delegated proof of stake. You're going to have that. The more stake you have, the more influence you have. That's just the way it's set up. But it's the best, in my opinion, for one simple fact. And it's because there's 6 of us on camera right now. There's thousands of people interacting about STEAM on Twitter. There's countless communities. There's development going on. There's meetups. There's STEAM Fest. There's STEAM creators. There's all of these events because the people are driving this blockchain. Price be damned. It's gone down from $7 to $8 down to 50 cents now. But this past year, we saw Steam Monsters get launched. We saw Partico get launched. We saw Steam Hunt get launched. We saw all of these Oracle D get launched. I mean, we saw all of these amazing applications on top of Steam during the bear market. During the time when everybody was, oh, I'm done with crypto and I'm finished and oh, crypto's this. All of this development has happened this past year, past 12 months. So that tells me, holy moly donut shop, this is a good place to be. People are driving this. Communities are driving this. And all of the advancements that's going on with the applications and onboarding, it is now stupid simple to get an account on through Steemit. I heard that there's not even a wait time now because they're getting better. They're getting better. People, we're just today is actually the 3rd year anniversary. The Steam blockchain's Genesis block was March 24th, 2016. So today is the 3rd anniversary of when we started with Steam. And the first year was a disaster. The 2nd year was growth, but the 3rd year was price. Who cares? The development and the advancements that's happened on Steam in this 3rd year is amazing. So if you have not yet discovered the Steam blockchain, namely all the people watching this replay on Facebook, the people that I harass each and every day with Steam propaganda. Now I'm on Instagram harassing people about Steam. So, because a little bit of news. This is kind of like a little bit of news too. You know, we have a roundtable, but it's news time. They call me Dan. One of the biggest accounts on Steam, whale account, one of the smartest dudes you're ever gonna like learn from when it comes to this blockchain stuff. Heavy investor into Steam and EOS. He actually created 2 new Telegram groups, official quote unquote, Steam and Steemit. So it's already got like 100 people have already joined both of these communities. It's on Telegram. So I was like, you know what? Everybody's going to go to Twitter and talk about it, but no one's going to Instagram. I'm going to go to Instagram. I'm going to spend a lot more time on Instagram in the next couple of weeks. I was listening to this podcast where this guy basically said something, and all of you TE people, your eyes are going to light up. This is hey AJ, how you doing, buddy? This is what the guy said. He said, use Instagram like billboards on the side of a highway. He said this, and I was just like,
yeah.
Okay. I'm like, okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start getting some funnels in place to get people to SteemSavvy, to get people to Steam through Instagram. It's very low. Like there's not a lot, like there's tons of crypto talk on Instagram. Loads of crypto talk. Loads of crypto memes, whatever you want to call them. Lots of experts, you know, but there's not a lot of Steam stuff. So I see Steam doing really good on Twitter, but this is why I do this on Facebook, because I want to get you guys out there on Facebook. I want to get Steam out there on Facebook, but also Instagram. So that's what I'm going to be doing for SteemSavvy. I'm going to do a lot of organic promotion. I'm going to do a lot of grunt work to try to bring awareness to Steam on those platforms, because Instagram and Facebook are the engagement kings. I mean, you know, especially if you're doing video. So get ready for that. Anyways, that's my news, gossip, and scandal. Now we can just chit chat and talk about how's everybody doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Got any issues discussed you want to talk about? Steam related or problems growing your account? I hear Eric's almost at 500.
492.
You're at 492?
Yeah.
Good job.
So I'm getting there.
No.
I'll make it.
Well, let's just do this. Let's get you going.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, there. Now you got 10 extra Steam, so you can go power that up, and then you're going to be at 500.
Boom. That's
Well,
awesome.
thank you, sir.
There you go. See
know,
what
my
happens
son-
when people show up? I'm very generous.
It's amazing. I mean, I had a couple of good fortunes with a few of my posts and videos. Some of the, like you say, the whales came out and put it like a big upvote, and it was totally unexpected. And it's a good feeling because it's like you get to create content and people actually see this. And because I'll give an example. I've been doing a lot of DTube videos, and I've gotten more engagement and more upvotes and all that. And sometimes I'll load them on my YouTube channel, and my YouTube might have 1 view, 2 views.
Right.
It just sits there, and it's like the way that YouTube's set up, they don't give you a lot of exposure, especially for newer accounts or lower end creators. But on DTube and Steam it's amazing what you can do, and as long as you're consistent every day. So that's the key.
Oh, that's huge. I talk about this a lot. There you go, Eric. Congratulations.
Yay, good job.
Now you can use the slider on Steam It.
But I never use Steam.
I know.
Vertical.
I'm just saying now that's the unlock you get at Steam It.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
So it's interesting you say that, Jen, because this is something that I've always said is one of the biggest benefits to people that will use Vim for live streaming, that will use DTube for videos, that will use Epics. Well, Epics really doesn't upvote content for people, but DTube supports their community, Vim supports their community, SteamPress supports their community. Now, this is the thing. As a new creator, you're a new content creator, you're really excited. Let's say you want to do videos of cats eating food. I don't know, whatever. All you guys are cat people, so I'll just.
Well, I do my hotel lives.
There's all the bottom row here are all cat people, so I'll just, I'll use cats as an example.
We have a cat here too.
Okay, so this.
There you go.
Rich, you don't got cats, dude. Please tell me you don't.
Hey,
No, I don't have. I
Thank
do
you.
not have.
John, as you can tell, live in an apartment. That's the patio.
You want a bird?
No, thank you. Sharon wants to get a ferret, and I keep saying no.
Oh, they stink.
Oh.
They're awesome, but they stink.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not fair to have a dog in a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Once we get a house, dog, cat, both use that.
An emu, whatever, right? Okay. I was trying to. Okay, so so all of these people are creating videos. They want to do funny cat videos or whatever. So they say, okay, I'm going to do this. What do they know how to go to Facebook. They know how to go to YouTube. Like that's the standard answer. Let's go to YouTube. Well, how are you going to get money from that? So, okay, you look at the laws on YouTube. You got to have like 10,000 subscribers plus like 20,000 hours of views or something like that. Like just astronomical amounts of followers and engagement. But this is the thing with social media. If you don't have that to begin with, no one's paying attention to you. Trying to make noise with under 1,000 followers on Instagram is really tough. Trying to make noise on YouTube with under 100 followers or something, or 1,000 followers, is tough. So how do you do it? How do you get to that level? Well, you gotta practice. You gotta get better at your craft. You gotta be supported while you're growing. Well, this is where Vim comes in. This is where DTube comes in. You get out there, and you might be a small-time creator, but then you get that $6 to $10 upvote from DTube, and it empowers you. It goes, you know what? I might actually be able to do something, and then you start getting better. I know what happened when I started getting upvotes from DTube. I went and bought freaking microphones and floodlights and silly-ass gimbals and all sorts of crap because of the D-Daily guys and Captain Bob. Blaming Captain Bob for everything. But no, it empowered me. It empowered me to learn this stuff and get better. And this is what is so awesome about Steam. You don't need to be the greatest content creator in the world to get support from the community. You just need to get out there and do stuff. Write a blog post. Don't do it on WordPress. That doesn't do anything for you. If you're going to do it on WordPress, stick in SteamPress, the plugin, and then you get bonus. You get it on WordPress and you get it on Steam as well. Guess who supports their community? SteamPress does. So writers get better and better and better. Partico, another example. Like, they just support their community. And AJ said he's the next ninja and will be king of kings. So there's only one king of kings, AJ, and you know who that is. See that? I'm waiting for Renee to give me a thumb.
Oh, talking smack.
So, anywho, Yeah, but no, it's a really good point you brought up, Jen, because as content creators, it's really disheartening to put your blood, sweat, and tears into something and then to get 2 views on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's the thing with YouTube. They're like, oh, we support our creators are starting out, and it's like, but what they do is totally contradicting what they're saying. And on DTube and Steam, they don't do that. They're very supportive. As long as you're being consistent and you're showing up and you actually show some serious intent, you know, they'll support you all the way. So I feel, like you said, more empowered doing stuff on there. I'm kind of like, whatever.
You're going to try new stuff. You're not going to just do any little bubble.
Yeah. Right.
And that's,
you know, and I'm seeing what works. You know? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Scott got some DTube upvotes too.
Yes.
Nice. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Scott used to get upvoted from D-Lie all the time, but
I bet.
Left.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You know.
Traders.
Yeah, it blows my mind that people still support that. Like, people on Steam still support them. It blows my mind. But whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, so it's really, really, I call this, like, for Steam, and people are like, okay, well, how do I get started on it? Because that's what we really want to do here. With the Sunday session, we want to have a roundtable. We want to get any of your questions asked. But let me start my rant. What?
Nothing.
What was that?
That was me.
Oh.
It's weird when you hear your own voice. It's just like, it's weird. Anywho, yeah, so this is going out 2 ways. So we're live streaming, but it's also going to be recorded on Facebook so people can watch the replay of this, which I get hundreds of replays of this stuff throughout the week. And then on top of that, it's going to go to DTube. So if you're out there and you're like, how do I get started? You can come to the live session. You're always welcome to come, and you can come to the session here in the Discord. We throw the link up where you can join on camera, or you can, you know, join with questions through Facebook or even on the post when I do it on YouTube. But this is the hang up. Like, how do I grow my account? That's what SteemSavvy is built for. It's not only to help people understand Steam, but also to grow their account. Because Eric can tell you this. Having 50 Steam power, you're not going to get very happy with your results on Steam.
No.
So it starts snowballing. So now Eric's at 500. Now he's got a new goal. He gets to 1,000. But how do you get there, right? And that's what I do. Every Wednesday I do the Road to 300 SP. It basically helps people get 300 Steam power and tools and techniques and tricks on how to get that. That's what SteemSavvy is. On top of the information and how to learn Steam and understand what the difference between SP and Steam power is, we also do techniques and tricks on how to grow your account. I call it a 3-way attack, the 3-pronged attack. Okay, there's the 5,500, 5,000 plan that you can check out, and I'll put links if you guys ever want them. But the 3-pronged attack is engagement, content curation, and dollar cost averaging. That's kind of the way that I've grown my account. So the first one is engagement. I've made an effort, and I think Eric can say this because Eric's kind of been on my journey with me since day one. If Eric or anybody comes to my blog post and makes a comment, I will upvote you and I will respond to your comment. Yeah, even if it's some guy going, "Dear Sir, great post, John G. Olson," because I get a lot of them coming to my post doing that. I'll still upvote them. Even it's not as much as someone like Eric, because Eric's actually engaging, actually watching the videos, and so I'll give him a bigger upvote. But I'll still upvote people because I believe in engagement. If you're going to spend the time to just come and talk to me daily, I will return in kind. So that's number one. Number one is engagement. Second is content creation, and I know that's tough for a lot of people. I'm not calling out anybody, Scott, to do it daily. See him?
3 out of 4 days is good. Is good. Is good.
No, no. The big thing is that content creation this is the biggest stumbling block people have when they get onto Steam, or even if they're doing something on a blog or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. They'll do one a month, and they'll do one every 6 months. And then they'll sit there and go, well, how come I'm not getting engagement on my posts? Well, it's because there's no consistency. You got to be consistent with this, just like Jen was mentioning earlier. So if you're consistent, it doesn't have to be every day. Once you get comfortable, by all means, I can bang out more than one post a day. I try to keep it at one a day, but when you get comfortable, you can do that, but at least consistently. So a couple times a week, pick 2 days of the week, make it a priority. Say, okay, Tuesday and Thursday, no matter what, I'm doing content. Maybe it's just a picture with my phone and I'll upload it to Epics. Maybe it's a podcast that I can do. I'll interview John. No, but just anything where you're comfortable creating a couple times a week. And then third is dollar cost averaging. Without skin in the game, it's going to take you extra amount of time. So yes, you can mine Steam by creating content. You can mine Steam by engaging and getting upvotes and commenting and stuff. But when you start putting skin in the game, things get really real, really real, really real. So there's options. You have options. You can go the Rich route. Rich, what he did was he went to block trades and bought delegation. So instead of spending, let's say, $100 on Steam Power, which would get you maybe 200 Steam Power these days, you could get like 2,000 Steam Power delegated for 90 days through block trades. So that's a way to go. That's the Rich Taylor way of doing it. You can also do the Eric Burgoyne way of doing it, which was my way of doing it as well, just buying Steam Power and powering up slowly but surely, each and every week, each and every month, each and every quarter, whatever. Just don't go, I'm going to buy a bunch of Steam today and then I won't do a single thing for 6 months. So dollar cost averaging, content creation, and engagement has really helped my account grow. Now my account is not biggest on Steam, not even close. I'm not even an orca. I'm a dolphin. Flipper. That's a shark.
But I'm gonna throw in something that I know you guys don't like too much, but I also did a lot of free faucets and threw all of that in as well into Steam. I mean, I realized that it's been, well, when we first got in, it was quite a bit more, but I've put in about $150 into Steam from the faucets.
Well, Renee did that with Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody else was not even looking at it. She was clicking on those faucets, and then that fork happened.
Still am.
And you got some BCH out of that when the fork happened.
Right. And when I've got right now, I've got was it $45 in one place of Bitcoin, and I'm earning 4.08 interest on it daily.
That's free Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And I mean, it adds up eventually. I'll throw that in the Steam.
Whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. For me, the biggest problem I see with people getting into Steam is the first thing, and they're way too complicated. It's too complicated for them. But the second thing is that they see these people with hundreds of thousands of Steam, and they just go, "I'm never going to get there. I'm not even going to try." So, to me, the answer is just slow and steady. How do you eat an elephant? A bite at a time.
I mean, well, I'm the opposite. And I just go, I'll do it, and I'll do it at my own pace and speed. That's all.
Well, that's for you, and that works for you. It's, again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just if people just showed up daily, and maybe they don't create, but at least they're engaging every day. It's out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. I talked to Scott about this a lot too, like the flow content, and then your stock content. There's a difference. As content creators, we have our flow content, which is just our daily selfie, that's just to get in front of people, so people they're reminded that we exist. And you've got to do that because we have tens of thousands of marketing messages getting thrown at us each and every day. If you're not in front of people, it's not that they hate you. It's not that they don't like you. It's just that Kim Kardashian put something new up on Twitter, and that's taken their attention.
Correct.
Yep.
But then there's stock content.
They don't know you're there.
Yeah, then there's the stock content. That's the Sports Nerd Show on Sunday nights, right? That's hopefully people are looking forward to the Sunday session on Sunday nights. But some of my stock content is the 5,500, 5,000 formula, the $2.73 piece, the Internet Marketing Vortex of Doom example. I mean, those are my stock contents that get shared about, talked about, and I talk about them a lot. So you got to do the flow it's almost like we're going to use sports analogies because sports analogies are always good for examples like this, right? So
I like them.
Yeah, of course. Sports nerd will like them. Go Bolts. There, I did it for you. You know?
What's that?
Go Bolts.
Yeah, there you go.
Go Flames.
So your flow content is the underhand pitching. It's the constant underhand pitching for you to hit it out of the park with the stock content. But you've got to keep swinging to be able to hit that. And swing comes from doing the flow content. It doesn't need to be a masterpiece, especially on Steam. God knows it doesn't need to be a masterpiece on Steam. Have you read some of my articles? It's like, hi, guys. Like, it's bad. It's really bad. But that stuff sets me up for when I do knock it out of the park. But I can't get to knocking it out of the park until I take a few swings and get on base. And that is where your flow content comes in. Keep flowing. That sounds really weird.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah, I'm going to have a
No, I have.
I get it. I mean,
I'll throw something in here. I've been meaning to talk to you and Rich about it. I keep forgetting. But on SteemSavvy, got it set up really well. But we're getting a lot of new people in that don't know how to blog, don't know how to do video at all. You're always looking for things to add to SteemSavvy. Different section. Teach them how to do video. Teach them how to do a blog. I don't mean getting fancy with all the fancy mics and blue screens and lighting and.
John likes to keep it simple. He always does.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile,
but that's what I'm saying.
Floodlights going on and a popper
Right.
on my mic and Mr.
But I mean the basics.
Right.
Headphones, camera, action.
Right. That's a good
That
point.
sort of thing for basics to teach them how to start off with. Because a lot of people we're going to be getting in here, hopefully, because they're new to crypto, they're new to Steam. Not all of them are coming over here from internet marketing, so they're not used to being on camera. Don't know how to do it.
That's interesting. It's something to think about. It's just I never thought of that because I always said Steam is just whatever you wanted it to be. Like you didn't have to do video,
But if I get on there and I'm new and I'm not only afraid, a little nervous about doing a video, but I don't know how to do it.
Right. Okay.
Write a blog. How do you write a blog? Not everybody in the world knows how to write a blog. That's for sure.
Okay.
It's just something to think about. You're always adding stuff in different sections into SteemSavvy. It would add more content to it. I think decent content to SteemSavvy.
Cool.
Anyway, that's my 2 cents worth.
No, cool. Thanks, man. I really Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that because for me, you guys, especially everybody on this camera right now, you guys know me for years, and you'll know that you put a camera in front of me, it's my comfort zone. Like I will burp on cam and feel no way. It's professional. But it's my element. Like I feel okay behind camera, but I forget sometimes what it was like when I first started using the camera and getting on, and it was like a deer in headlights. Like, first of all, I was 100 pounds heavier because you could tell by my physique, I'm just an Adonis here. But, before that, I was actually bigger than I was now. And I'm this huge guy with my gut hanging over my belly and my arms crossed going, welcome to I Love Hits. I really like you. I was saying every second day. It was hard. It was an absolute disaster.
Well, John, if you remember, the sports show didn't start out really great either. We've actually tried. I mean, managed to almost perfect our show for the last 5 years now. But yeah, we didn't start out very well either.
But you forget that.
Yeah.
You start doing it all the time, and you're just like, oh man, I forget what it was like when I first started. Rich might not know this. I'm gonna poor Rich. Rich, I'm gonna share stories, internet marketing stories with Rich Taylor and John Wilson. We started using this service called Pal Talk back in the day. A lot of you guys probably do. This is like ICQ days. I mean, this is old school.
That's way back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like this is
Wait for me.
this Zoom stuff, Facebook.
Historic.
not
Weren't
even-
even around in those days.
So
Yeah.
for the first few months, this guy would show his picture. Rich would be on cam. Guy we worked with, this guy named Michael, he would be on cam, no problem. Me, myself, now I'm 24 years old or something. I won't get on cam to save the, you wouldn't catch me dead being on camera with these guys. I was nervous. I was bashful. I was shy. I felt I didn't have anything to offer to the conversation. And sometimes the longer you do this stuff, you forget those feelings that you first had. So it's a really good point, Eric, about just the basics. I mean, obviously no one's going to come to me and learn about, shading and lighting and all sorts, because I don't know what the hell I'm talking
No,
about.
but if you're ever going to get that far down, have the guys from DTube come up and do a segment in there for
Captain
the
Bob, Articush,
Captain Bob, the
Lee,
boys.
Neo.
Have them. It's good publicity for them too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a win-win.
It's a win-win because you now give them the basics.
right.
They can learn the advanced stuff from them, and where are they going to end up going? They're going to end up at DTube. So
Right.
Right.
It's a good idea. Cool.
It's a
I
really
will,
good
I
idea.
will ask them.
and
Artificial.
and as I say, it adds an entire new section, an area, SteemSavvy,
Mm.
so you can track vast amounts of more people.
Hey, I got a question for you. Do you think that's something people would pay for, or would they expect it?
In this group, nobody's paying for anything. And with the Discord group and the SteemSavvy group we got right now,
Yeah, I mean, you're offering the SteemSavvy for nothing. I mean, just use that as part of the program. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's part of the training.
And I think who is it that has the guy from Vegas? It's Joe Perry's,
Yeah, it's Chicago. He's from
the
Chicago.
master classes.
The
he puts
Udemy
on.
stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think he does all that sort of thing. I think he charges for it.
yeah. He does Udemy. It's like $9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I'm just curious because that's a lot of work. Like I don't know if you guys know the process for me to like do one lesson in SteemSavvy. It's not something I can put together in a minute. Like I gotta
but
go.
it's not something that has to be put together in a minute. You can do if you have.
Yeah, but Eric, you should know me by now, man. I
I know.
get an idea.
Started on something, you'll be working on it 72 hours a day till it's finished.
Yeah, that's in me. It's Herb Keller famously said it. The old CEO of Southwest Airlines. He said, "We have a strategic game plan. It's called doing things." That is how I like Rich. I drive Rich nuts because a couple of weekends ago, I remember I was talking to Rich. I had this great idea. I was like, "Rich, we got to do this right now." I'm like, "We're gonna do this right now. We're gonna do it, Rich. We gotta do it right now, now." And Rich is just like, "I think you should slow down, John. I think you should revisit that. Take your time and look into it a little bit more." And I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. I'm just like, "No, we gotta do it now. We gotta do it now. Blessing and a curse.
Sometimes you need that.
That's not the first
That's
time
it.
I've heard you say that, John.
Ready?
Oh, it's funny.
I did this at the Sports Nerd Show. I'm gonna do one for you guys. Okay, ready?
God, here we go.
Look at Scott.
Inspirational quote.
Oh boy.
See, he was blown away that I have my index cards here, like written down. I got all my quotes that I put down.
Inspirational quotes from John Olson.
Dude, I even have some of them laminated.
Nuggets, right?
Like this one. How can I serve one more person today? That's a quote that I have laminated, and I read that every day. How can I serve one more person today? Plus one.
Yeah.
Right? The signature of mediocrity is chronic inconsistency. Jim Collins. Deep, right? Deep.
Right. That's so true.
Okay, we got more. I got loads.
Go for it.
Oh man.
I'm a big
Oh,
quote
man.
fiend anyway. Well, you know that.
There we go. Expecting the world to treat you fairly just because you're a good person is expecting a bull not to charge at you because you're a vegetarian.
I like that one.
That's good. That's good.
Wow.
Not bad?
Scott, well, John's looking up the next one. Two teams for the Stanley Cup. Which two?
Teams that are hot with the Stanley Cup right now.
Yeah.
The Lightning and the Bruins, believe it or not. The Bruins are the team I like.
They can't get into the final, though.
No, I know that, but that as far as
No,
I mean,
I would pick two teams that are going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals.
oh, two teams. All right. Well, I think it's going to be the Lightning. Of course, I do. And the other one. No, it's not going to be the Blackhawks.
No, they're lucky if they make the playoffs.
Yeah, Chunky, I don't even think they're in the playoffs, buddy. Close.
I want to say San Jose and maybe even St. Louis. I like the way that St. Louis.
San Jose and Tampa Bay.
I like the way St. Louis played against the Bolts last night.
They're not the Sharks aren't even going to be in. The Sharks aren't even going to end up in first place in their division.
If it's Calgary and the Bolts, we beat them before. We'll beat them again. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. We beat them in 2004. We'll beat them this year too. 15 years.
Doesn't mean you can beat them this year. Calgary's a far superior team than the 2002.
So is this Lightning team. It's a far superior team.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
And it'd be a great playoff, to be honest.
John's going, no one's mentioned the Leafs. Yeah, that's right, John. We're not mentioning the Leafs.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I like to keep these things under
that's going to happen.
because I don't want to bore you guys with sports talk. God.
Says the co-host of the Sports Nerds.
The Sports Nerds show was 2 hours ago. Everybody that's interested in sports talk should go to that one.
Yeah, well,
it's on DTube. The replay is there, so we're good to go.
By the time Jen reminded me the show was on, it was too late.
Yeah.
Every single night, we have not changed.
It was funny. I was like, who's on
No
the air?
politics. Chunky, you're lucky. We got into religion on Friday night, so
Yes.
it was
That
a
was a
great
good
talk.
show. It was a good stream.
It was a great talk.
Yeah, we had it.
Anywho, listen, you guys be good. Chunk, I'll see you in about 30 minutes, buddy. We're gaming tonight, sir. Have a great night. Steam on, Steemians. Be on the lookout for the Savvy Steemian of the Week. Will be coming up here. And yeah, AJ, let's talk about lightning. God bless him. Yes, so the Xbox guys show up now, like on my.
Of course.
Go Bolts, AJ.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Get active. Be out there and make content so I can upvote you. I know my upvote is only 20 cents to 50 cents. I know it's not whale material, but
some of us have to remind you to upvote.
Hey, mine's still 0.8 of a penny. At 100%.
Growing, man.
Yeah, I'm only getting 0.5% here. So
hey, Renee, get going here.
You got to get on your three-pronged attack: engagement, content creation.
Right on. Oh.
I'm doing it all the time. Haven't you guys seen all my cat pictures? Come on.
Yes. Cat pictures for life.
I'm getting a big following on my cat pictures. If I can't get it any other way, I'm going to go with my cats.
There you go.
There you go.
I'll upvote your cat.
If I want a bunch of likes on Instagram, I just put a picture of my kid up. I mean, that's like no one cares when you're talking about business. It's funny. I saw Sheila actually put this on Facebook today, and I thought it was great. Sheila Alexander, for you guys that remember her from the TEs, she actually put out that, you'll go to a Beyonce concert and pay hundreds of dollars to go see Beyonce, or one of those celebrities will put lipstick out and you go to the drugstore and you buy the lipstick because it's all the big rage. But if someone puts out a post about their business or something that they're doing on Facebook, the least you should do is just like it. It doesn't mean you have to go and buy it, but you're supporting entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs that are closest to you. I think that's a huge nugget. I'm just looking for engagement, man. I don't want you to buy anything. I'm not selling you anything. I can't sell you Steam. Well, you can go to Steam and buy Steam, but I don't get anything from you guys. So just like the stuff, share the stuff, say hi, just do anything. Like Chunky said, Allah Akbar. I mean, whatever floats your boat, Chunky. Chunky. This guy said the Blackhawks when he said what teams are going to. Shows you Chunky. I mean, God bless him. I love these guys. These are my brothers from another mother. It's like my only friends now. I have online friends. I don't have offline friends anymore. It's my.
You never leave the house, do you, Jay? You actually never leave the house now, do you?
I don't leave. No, not really. I was supposed to go to. I was supposed to go on Saturday night to my buddy's house. He was going to do a little barbecue, and he calls me up. And I'm like, I don't feel like it. Yeah, I'm old. Not as old as you, Scott, but
thank you. Yeah, you're not old yet.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a young pump.
Yes.
I like
Eric, even I'm young compared to you, but that's okay. I realize
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Eric is older than
Hey,
Bert.
Scott, but dirt is young compared to me.
Let's be honest.
Come on, Eric. You and I are tied for the oldest, so let's be good.
Why?
Because it could
Good
kill
all
us
my
if we're
bloody life.
not.
Why should I continue now? I'm old. I got to do what the heck I want.
I'm grumpy. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to be 80 years old and just miserable at everything. Not saying you're 80 or miserable, Eric. I'm just saying I want to be 80 and miserable. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking part in this SteemSavvy Sunday session.
Bye.
Good night.